ignite, like, share, subscribe. We'll take flight, find us in Colorado. Raising our voice, filming the cops, it's our choice. Making the meetings, breaking the mold. Making the news, the truth be told. On the tube, we spread the word, you people know it's absurd. Free press, we won't digress. Good citizen, yeah, that's our address. Always fighting for what's right, we're the ones who shine so bright. Digress, good citizen, yeah, that's our address. Always fighting for what's right, we're the ones who shine so bright. Start, we the speakers of truth, no doubt. Check out the people on YouTube. Shout it out, stand up, let your voices break the chains. Civil rights, free press, this is our game. Media that reveals the hidden facts, we won't be silenced. Watch our backs, government watchdogs, keeping them in line. First Amendment, our freedom to shine. Courts, cities, towns, it's time to rise, never back down. Hold them accountable, no compromise. We're winning this fight, one step at a time. Good citizen media, we're here to shine.
I wrote a song about it, like the kid here go.
High in the mountains, a tale to be told. In the town of Aguilar, where dreams had grown cold. No freedoms for the people, trapped in their despair. The weight of their burdens too heavy to bear. Tired of the tyrant, lying all day, claiming bullshit hours to get full pay. Lying in the streets with sorrow and pain, but the people's hope still remain that the once beautiful town will be theirs again. We rise up together, breaking the mold. We'll make it right, bringing knowledge to the people. We'll shine the light and rise above the sheeple.
Everybody doing today?
Recording.
Michigander, Crafty Cat. We got some news for you guys today, and we got a guest, John Denicola, on the show, and we've got what's up, broke fishing.
Well, we did have another guest, but
yeah, we do. We have another guest coming up here, guys.
Must be having technical difficulties.
Today we got the show on Aguilar. What's up, Wolverine? Good to see you.
What's up, man? What's up, broke? Crappy Cat, Michigander. Long time no see, Michigander. Where the fuck you been?
How's everybody's day going? Yeah, so we got full moon tomorrow. Yeah.
Full moon tomorrow. No meeting tomorrow. Sorry, Aguilar. No meeting tomorrow. If you tuned in to hear about what was on the agenda for the meeting for tomorrow, because, we like to do like a pre-show sometimes. We ain't got that for you. There ain't no meeting.
They got their way, didn't they? No cell phones, no recording, and no cameras.
Right?
They got their way. They just don't do no meeting.
Well, I wonder how you handle town business without
Choco,
handling public meetings.
Choco. You just don't have them. You just don't have them.
You just don't have them.
No. Because if you have them, then crazy things get said sometimes, right?
Well, and then you got, different cameras shooting 36 frames per second. I mean, they got to dodge that shit. I mean, it's pretty hard to run a meeting when you're dodging frames per second. You know that?
Yeah, it's disruptive. Yeah,
it's very disruptive.
It is. No doubt.
So, John, what's up, man? How you been, brother? You just popped off the mute. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm just taking it all in. I mean, I don't think you could make this crap up, even if you wanted to. But apparently, they definitely know how to write a good story.
Well, I gotta say, Aguilar is very good for creating content. I mean, I swear, man, you would think that this was all staged, but it's not.
Yes.
This is an actual town.
It is.
These are actual proceedings that are going on with
not actors.
people. These are not actors. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, John. I mean, and you've been with us for the whole ride, bro. 2 years. And it just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
Yeah, the peaks, the valleys, and then when you think you're seeing sunlight, you might as well be driving in the rear side of a bent over woman. I mean, really, it's just ridiculous, man. You just headed for that dark area.
Well, yeah. I mean, you would figure, like, we had a little bit of work in progress, and then the town of Aguilar wants to go and start reporting posts for harassment.
What?
It's not even like they're tagged or anything.
No. And that was in March, and they just now caught up. Somebody must have read it to the mayor. That's my guess. Somebody finally read it to the mayor and he felt harassed.
Oh. Well, I wonder if they did. Cool. I wonder if they did that under the advisement of the attorney.
I'm wondering as well, because I don't know. We've got a few auditors in the audience today, or cop watchers, or whatever you guys would like to label yourselves as. Tell me, would that be like a form of prior restraint? Would that be kind of like them trying to delete comments off of their public page? Would that? I don't know. I'm still trying to work that through in my head. If that's the same thing, like them going onto somebody else's page and trying to restrict your speech.
Right. They use the town of Aguilar's page to go on the citizens' town of Aguilar page and report a comment that had nothing to do with them, but they obviously felt it, like it hurt them on the inside, bro. Like you did damage, dude.
I'm telling you,
man. Such a fucking bully, you people.
I really, I'm really appreciating at this point.
You probably made Tyler cry all over again, dude.
Dude, apparently I make them cry on a daily basis, and I don't even have to do anything. I mean, look, I didn't even label them, and I made them cry.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely about them. They know it. They're not vain or nothing, but they know.
No, it couldn't have been a post about somebody else that we know. No, not at all. It couldn't have been a post about somebody else. But if the shoe fits, you can wear it.
You see what Wolverine says?
Where you wear the question. That's insane. I'm sorry. That's insane. But you know what that does show, though? It goes to show the mentality that they're willing to go to try and intimidate anybody, right? And the funny part is they probably should learn to read. okay? Because the comment that you posted isn't what they should learn to read. You know what I mean?
Right.
They have a town attorney. Maybe they should utilize him and, maybe get a little legal guidance as to what they should and shouldn't be doing.
I tell you what, here's
Just
what
a
I'm.
thought.
Well, and then you've got Joe Cool saying that it sounds like restraint, but then you've got Wolverine over here saying it depends on what the page that they're trying to get our comments.
Bring them up. Let's ask them. Bring them up.
All right, I'll put out a link.
Now,
Give
if
me
I
1
beat you to
second.
it.
I'm putting out a link.
Now, if
And
I
we
beat
can
you
get
to it,
your
man.
words on your definitions on this because I want to know. Open panel today.
Because
Open panel
we
today.
got a
Look,
lot to
got it
discuss.
twice. Twice
And
is nice.
it's going to be good to have many minds, right?
Right.
But some of this has got me baffled,
Well,
dude. Like, how does this happen?
It's not a
right?
it's not a third party page. It's your page, right? Or somebody's page, right?
Yeah, it's a
So if
citizens
it's
group
not
page, right?
a citizens group page, which means it doesn't belong to the town of Aguilar.
No.
But
But
the page that reported it did. That was a government page that reported it.
right. Yeah, I mean, it just sounds like prior restraint to me. I mean, it sounds like a government entity going onto a public forum to try and get a comment taken off of a public forum that what they weren't even tagged in.
And the funny part is didn't pertain to anybody.
He's
With
in my
the town.
mom's basement.
But apparently they took it that way.
We got broke vision. What's going on, man?
So let me get this right. A government page on Facebook, which makes it public, actually went to another group and reported a non-threatening comment as harassment. Hey, Joe, how you doing, bro?
Oh, I took him down. I'm sorry. He's back.
Oh,
How you doing, Joe?
Cool.
My internet's so shit.
It sounds
What's up, Pim?
sounds to me like they didn't know what they were doing.
No, they
How
knew
you
what they were
doing, Joe?
I'm doing well. I'm actually I'm at the hospital picking up my mom, so this might be a really short visit here. But when she calls, I just
how's
gotta
she
go
doing?
to that door. Not great. She's moving so slow. She is 80. Got to be like 80 by now, 80 something. And she's moving really slow. And here, I'll tell you guys personally, but she's and my brother's doing worse. I don't know if you guys know. My brother got brain cancer. I've been going almost a year. He's deteriorated too. So.
We'll
Sorry
keep
to
him
hear
in our
that, Joe.
thoughts, Joe.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you for that. I don't want to get all sad though. So before I get called away from here, so somebody saw that post. Somebody read it to the mayor apparently, and they saw the post. And
maybe
one of the Aguilar businesses or Aguilar government offices complained about it. Is that how it went?
Right. The actual town of Aguilar's Facebook page had reported it for harassment. Let's see if I still have it. Yeah. I'm going to zoom in on it so you can see it was the town of Aguilar, CO reported this post for harassment. Now you can see they're not even tagged. There's nothing even. I mean, there was one comment on there and it was from Lori. Like, so,
I've been watching y'all, bro.
Joe,
I like it.
Really? I was just wait.
Stalking.
Harassment is that's it. So harassment is a repeated behavior. Is
18-9-111.
I got one question.
What up, boy?
Is that harassment, man? Is that like the 50th message you sent them?
it wasn't even to them, Joe.
Okay.
It was on our Facebook page, not
Right,
theirs.
look
It
up
was
top,
on
you
ours.
see it says the town of Aguilar, Colorado, 81 ... That's the page that it was posted on, bro. The complaint come from the town of Aguilar, Colorado, their official Facebook page.
What's up,
So
man?
they track us down with their town page to this page here, and then filed a harassment complaint on something that had nothing even like they felt it some type of way, you know?
Okay, hold on.
They're
What page
taking
was that?
ownership of their buck up.
What page did they go to and actually make the complaint on? What was that was that a Facebook page?
The top one. Yeah.
Okay, so it was a third party, right?
Yeah.
You got to go to their guidelines. If their guidelines has specific
it's me and you people's page, bro.
Yeah, but if it's are you on a third party page or is it
Facebook?
A .com. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You're still on a third party page, man. Facebook. Remember, you don't own Facebook.
And it's not like they was tagged or anything like that, right? That's like say this town decided to go to your Facebook page,
right,
find a post where you said happy birthday, mom, and report it for harassment.
Right. And you got to go, and just like you would YouTube, I can find on YouTube right now in YouTube and take it to YouTube mediation to have them literally obliterated off of YouTube for doing that. So you need to use Facebook guidelines to go after them. So have at it.
Yeah, but the point is that the city said that post was harassing them when it wasn't named by them.
Mm-hmm.
What the city's doing by doing that is taking ownership of they are fucking up and don't want to admit shit. That could have been aimed at anybody else. He could have tagged you people, good citizen. He could have tagged me in it. Right. Admit my fuck ups. Right. They are taking ownership of their fuck ups by doing that. Mm-hmm. There is nothing that says you can't cuss on Facebook
and
in
then
a private
us
group.
In the process.
Okay,
right?
fundamentally, yeah, I got you. I understand what you're saying.
Okay, we're down to the fundamentals, not the what ifs could be. It's the fundamentals. It's not a city page.
That came to us. That complaint come to us. The way the page is set up, I just let
but you guys asked the question though. You guys asked the question whether it could be prior restraint. And I'm telling you, the only way that it can be prior restraint is if you use the guidelines on the third party page that you have. All right, because it's not yours, nor is my YouTube channel. It's not mine. It's open to me, and I signed a contract with them. And if somebody violates that while harassing me and I could prove it, then I can get them for prior restraint. But you got to go through Facebook first and through their mediation. That's all I'm saying.
No, we got you on that, Wolvie. We were just, really the question was would it be like a form of prior restraint? Would that be similar?
Well, hell yeah, it is.
Yeah. See, that's what that's
they're taking ownership of a statement that wasn't made, or were they tagged in, or anybody tagged in that
well, it doesn't even matter what the message is.
A statement.
It doesn't matter what the message is. It's the harassment that they did when they come to your page and had your free speech removed. I don't care what it said. It could have said "yo mama," as far as I'm concerned. Mm-hmm. It could have been more explicit. The question is, did you violate the third-party guidelines for them to have it taken down? And if you didn't, they're liable. Because that means they had to lie, cheat, manipulate, or use a position of power and misuse that.
Well,
you understand?
I get what you're saying. If they violated Facebook's rules,
yes,
then it's on them. But
and
if they didn't
violate
Facebook rules, it's on the city for manipulating Facebook to do that.
Which would be a double whammy. Do you understand what I'm saying now? See, it's not just the one whammy; it's the double whammy. That would be two separate lawsuits in their official capacity if you was to do that.
And good to see you people. Haven't seen you in a while.
Wouldn't that
wouldn't that be reliant on what they said to Facebook to try and have it removed?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The English that they used, whether they used authority, whether they used the town of Aguilar authority to be the municipality, and the corrosive tactic of using authority that supersedes right and wrong. We all know that, right? We've been watching that happen forever.
Okay.
Didn't we just have that court ruling in the United States about police departments, cities removing comments from their pages because it's a violation of freedom of speech? Why do they go to another
prior
page
restraint.
to remove? So I would say, yes, you're right. Prior restraint, they're violating the Freedom of Speech Act.
It is. And you got to, here's some really good information, which came from Judge Jackson off the Supreme Court, the top Supreme Court. You know, Judge Jackson up there that was just nominated and put up there just recently. She really wrote a dissemination back, I think, in the 80s or 90s about prior restraint and how excessive government was into it. And to be honest with you, that some of the key points that she made in that thesis that led to that dissemination in that case, I forget what case it was, but it was some really good points. Created the Bain Act in California. It helped create the Bain Act.
So, all right, guys. So check it out. We got a special guest here. This is Aguilar City Councilman Vernon. I'd like to welcome him to the show. Welcome, Vernon.
Man, it's been burned for years. All right, Vernon, huh? How you doing, man?
Hey, Vern.
Hey, Vern. Is that John?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, we got John up here. We got Broke Fishing, and we got Wolvie, and me and you people. Open panel. Everybody's welcome to come up and discuss what's happening and what's going on. Right now, we're just talking about that Facebook post they reported and how funny that was. They saw it out on another page and then used the government page to harass us. It's kind of funny.
The one with the finger?
No, the one with I was just about to mention that, Vern. Hey, GCM, go check the settings and stuff and make sure, because my latest post is not up there. The gift that I left for the town of Aguilar, it's not there. It's not on the page. It's not showing.
Now that goes to the USC. All right. That goes to the USC of harassment / stalking. If you can get Facebook to say they were wrong.
Oh, well, you know how that is. Get Facebook to say they're wrong. Oh,
well,
come on.
Well, what I mean by that is, you know, you don't just come out and say, hey, did they do something wrong? No. We're not doing that bootlicking shit. All right. No. What you do is you find out exactly how much information that they gave, if you can, through mediation. And if you can get any answers that can give you something to bite on to continue to question, and you'll get more information. You know how it goes. You either get it or you don't. We live in a world where I don't care what level we're on, okay? Because you guys know my theory. We're all tyrants. The difference is that they are held to a standard, and they could be liable for their tyranny. We can't.
Yeah, they're supposed to be held to a higher standard.
Well, that's what Houston v. Hill was written on. Houston v. Hill said that they have to keep their composure because of their code of ethics, and they have to keep their level of professionalism at all times, no matter what. So speech definitely cannot be a blocker, okay? It can't block you, and it can't be a physical barrier.
Hey, wait a minute.
That's how that runs concurrent with it.
Wait a minute. Part of your statement's wrong. We're talking about the city of Aguilar, and excuse anybody that's cool on that city council, but they do not have a standard of professionalism there.
Right. Right.
Well,
It's a circus.
I mean, look, the words are in there, and they're part of the
And that's part of the show
sworn
today,
oath. They
Wolvie.
they all have a code of ethics. They all
This
got a
is part of
bargaining
the show
agreement.
right now. They're trying to
I'll be back
cancel
in
the
a sec.
meeting. And the reason they're trying to cancel the meeting is because they're trying to hide shit, guys.
Yeah, it's called, they don't want to be accountable. They don't have to either.
Let's
Yeah.
also look at the other part of that picture too. Not only are they trying to hide things, right? But they're also trying to stop a recall. And,
Right.
and minimum, not just one recall, but two.
So it's obstruction. It's obstruction.
Yeah, definitely obstruction. Yeah. In multiple forms.
That's an obstruction of official meeting there, ain't it? Isn't there a law against that there?
This town makes their own law.
I kind of find it amusing because they go by the state law when it benefits them, and when it doesn't benefit them, they decide that it doesn't apply to them. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not them. I don't know how they're going about things. I mean, when this whole thing first started, the order of the day in the town meetings was Robert's Rules of Order was what they went by. Then they get a new attorney, and all of a sudden it went from Robert's Rules of Order to Bob's Rules. I mean, nobody can make heads or tails out of what they're doing because they're switching everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the best thing is, I actually had some questions for Vern because I'm just like generally curious as to a couple things.
Yeah.
Like,
all right. Well, let's open it up to you guys. What do you got?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but so I have a couple questions. One, are they going to allow you guys to do an emergency meeting, knowing the things that you may know or may not know regarding the town and the functions of certain people in the town? And two, if they're not, the reason why they're not allowing that meeting, that emergency meeting, that would be my first question.
Okay, well, no, they are not having the emergency meeting. They've rescheduled it for next Tuesday, and there's, they're not going to be able to get out of what I have to say, and they know what I've got now on them. It seems like they've been lying a lot about a lot of things, and I called them on it. I even sent them an email today saying, look, you know what? You either come and talk to me or I'm going public with all this because it's public information. And there's accusations of $156,000 being gone.
Wow.
Oh.
So
hey, that's them. I gave them a chance to talk to me.
Well,
and I'm tired of being played off.
Not only that, but the companies that have been working on the augmentation pond for quite some time, and from what I'm hearing, the inspectors walked off the job because of supposedly not getting paid.
Okay, now direct questions on the augmentation pond. Some of them I'm going to be able to answer for you, and some I won't because part of it's executive session. But yes, they did walk off.
Yeah, I was just making a statement. Supposedly, allegedly, we're hearing that contractors are walking off and not getting paid. But
sounds like you just affirmed it. So
yeah,
yes, hey, I don't. I don't hide things for this town. As I've been fighting this thing for a long time, and I'm going to tell the truth here. So, but I'm limited on what I could say, and I'll answer what I can.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Sorry about that. I had to step away for a second. but
Ask the question,
they
bro.
scheduled an emergency meeting, and then they said, "Oh, we're not going to have that emergency meeting. It's now a week from now." How is that an emergency meeting? I mean, I
It's not
used
an
to as a
emergency meeting. We had an option. We three of us went in. We had an option on the emergency meeting, but we had to declare the emergency, and I was only going to be able to talk for what we declared. And by doing that, it was going to leave out what was going to happen at the public meeting Tuesday, where I don't have any filters on what I could say or do.
Hey, can I ask a question?
What's that?
What's the procedure on getting an emergency meeting?
Two councilmen have to want to call an emergency meeting. You tell the town clerk, and they have to schedule it.
Does the town clerk have to put that on the record that you did so?
Supposedly, yes. I'm pretty sure after this talk we just had, because it came down to they probably called the cops on me, and there was three of us in there. So they're trying to say we broke the sunshine law because three of us went in there. But you have to define the sunshine law, because the sunshine law says three councilmen cannot discuss town business. Showing up and asking for an emergency meeting is not technically discussing town business.
Right. It's
Yeah, they're going to try to throw dumb shit on us.
How can you discuss a question that's not being answered? See, all you got to use is the English that we all know real well, and just understand what you're saying. You said you can't discuss town business. What's
no
a question that hasn't been answered yet? How is that a discussion? See, right there, it stops right there, and you'll hear crickets. Nobody can. You can. From that point on, you're making up stuff. I would call it.
I didn't understand what you're saying there. If you're saying that I'm doing something wrong or saying something wrong, then you're overanalyzing.
He's basically saying the same thing of you. You guys weren't discussing town business. There's no way it was a discussion of town business to walk in and ask for an emergency meeting.
Thank you.
Right.
I didn't hear the first part of it.
You got to clarify with Vern, because Vern doesn't understand some of the lingo that we use too.
Okay.
So,
I just said common sense.
No offense, Vern,
use English, right? The English that we said, they said talking town business. It's just that simple. How can there be an accusation of talking business when the question itself has not been answered to talk business? There you go.
Because they want to deflect from the fact that it's coming out that there's $156,000 missing. So they want to throw something up like deflecting whatever. They want to throw a bunch of small shit in there.
Have you reported them to the state auditor over that where's missing? Because the state auditor has to send
hold on, bro. Did you miss the whole thing about the audits here in Aguilar?
Yeah, I probably did.
I think he missed it.
They ain't gonna have
it. I think that video is on the other account, ain't it, you people? Because we had a whole news clip on it and everything, and that was about a year ago now.
I probably just don't remember where they tried to block the state employee coming in to audit.
Long and short of it, they don't bother with audits. We pay for them every single year, but we just don't do them.
That's different.
That's
totally different than the governor sending in his auditor. Totally different.
No. The governor will not send in their auditor. They won't touch them because they're a statutory town. Bro, they're untouchable. The state don't touch them.
It's not it. This is a lot of people have to complain to the point to where they're not getting the services that's being provided. And that is when they say, okay, if you could show, do a FOIA request and show what is actually missing from the town budget and how it's missing. You send that to the governor's office. The governor this is how they do it in Michigan anyway. They'll give you an emergency EM emergency manager. Okay, emergency manager comes once that's declared. Your buddy in City Hall, including the mayor, are nothing but freaking straight up notary republics. They have no authority whatsoever. They're just overpaid until that EM finds out what's going on, how they can get the books back in shape, and
I'm not trying to interrupt you, man, and that was a great speech. But what if we told you they already know everything? What if we told you? What if we told you that the state? What if we told you that the state auditor sent them a letter, and the auditing office sent them a letter stating that they could not make heads or tails of their budget?
And they done it on a Zoom call as an open to the public meeting.
Yep.
So where did I hear an EM in there?
There is no EM because they won't do anything. They won't do anything. That's what we've been trying to accomplish. They won't step in. That's what we're trying to tell you. They made it very clear that they're not going to step in.
That's the EM.
So essentially, Wolvie, what the state is saying is you guys created the mess. You guys cleaned the mess up because we're not going to send our auditors down there, cost the taxpayers of the state of Colorado X amount of dollars to try and clean up what you guys messed up. We're not doing it.
Yeah, they don't want to pay for it. I got you. They don't want to use their budget. I got you.
We got to manage it.
Fucking meeting to manage this.
Manage this. Let's manage this.
That's how you roll.
Yeah.
First, the town of Aguilar has to pay for the audit even through the state, which that's not really a problem for the town because we're tired of this. The thing is the way that the structure's set up as a statutory town, it's run by a weak mayor and a group of 6 councilmen. And, whatever those 6 councilmen vote on is going to happen. The state and the feds will not interfere with it. That's where the problem comes in. Even though they violate openly Second Amendment rights, First Amendment rights, Fifth Amendment rights, you could probably pick the amendment that they're violating. But we've been I personally spoke to Merrick Garland on down to a lieutenant here on the sheriff's office and didn't miss anyone in between, senators, governors, mayor. I talked to everyone. I've emailed with them. I got copies of all that. Mm-hmm. And it all came down to the same thing. We're a statutory town governed by 6 councilmen and a mayor, and we have to fix this ourselves.
You talked to the United States IG?
I did, Merrick Garland.
How'd you communicate with him?
A conference call with the Secretary of State and the county clerk here.
What was that conversation about? Just out of curiosity.
Election fraud. Look, I got tired of going through the Attorney General, and it took a long time to set that up. I've been fighting this shit for like 3 years. And, the other guys have been fighting with me also. And we keep running into the same damn thing, no matter who we talk to in a government office. But now publicly, there is someone come out and accuse them of, I don't know what, misappropriation fund, embezzling.
Wolvie, they've been in the paper every fucking week, every single edition for 8 months straight or something like that, at least. Like I swear on everything.
Kind of like that Mayor Steph from Indiana.
Yeah,
but small town.
Small town,
500 people.
I find it interesting that these things are happening the way they are. I have an answer for it, but most people don't like my answer. And what it's simply coming down to is that the authority was never there to begin with, and more people are starting to realize that. So the more you have resistance, the more people have to work, the more they realize they don't have to work, so then they start denying it. It's just that simple. laziness, don't want to involve themselves, and they might get themselves caught up because they're criminals themselves. So you got criminals overseeing criminals. That's all it is.
I can agree with that statement. I mean, we've covered a lot of that. I mean, this story has it all, Wolf. It has voter fraud. It has obstruction. It has harassment. It has drama. It has action. I mean, this whole story. I mean, I don't know why it's not getting picked up. I just really don't. I don't know why this story is getting picked up.
It's a made-for-TV movie,
right? Like, you can't make this shit up. I'm telling you. Like, I'm telling you.
It's just it's we are Russia. We can never talk shit about Russia no more. We're confident.
You're killing me.
Just freaking Russia, man. Let's just come out and say it. We wanted to reflect on Russiagate all day long, and it never happened. It was us the whole fucking time.
Well, it was the U.S., but it wasn't us.
Well, you know, when I say us, it's kind of like just us. You know, justice, just us. Exclamation point.
There ain't no justice.
That's what I just said.
Justice.
Just us.
There was justice.
Just us, man.
Just us.
Never justice, just us. What's understood don't need to be explained. Show.
Yep.
No. So, Vern, if I pose a hypothetical, is it possible for you to answer a hypothetical question?
Go ahead. I'll try.
Okay. So I live in a town where I have a person that is supposed to do certain things, right? And I come across an issue with not only money, but also another issue that has to deal with like public record requests, right?
Right.
Now, if I have that person and I got them dead to right on the public record request issue, right?
Right.
Theoretically, shouldn't I be able to get them put on notice for violating that? And then on the back end of it, where we find the missing money, right? Be able to terminate for cause under that.
I would say yes to that. You know, and to compare it to a small town that we're in, tomorrow was supposed to be the day that all this come out, but somebody's leaked it, and I know who. But anyway, the Cora request thing is coming to an open meeting, and it'll be a vote of the council if she even gets a reprimand letter on it, which is going to be recommended. And they're making moves to remove the town administrator position.
So you're basically the town administrator is like the city manager, right?
Yes, only
I may not be good at sit-ups or push-ups, but fuck-ups. No, I'm good at those.
That lady.
I'm sorry, but there's too much hair.
Yours was younger.
It's been 16 years now that this woman's been in charge of everything, and each year it gets worse and worse for the people here. And now it's like everyone's afraid to do anything. Just in the last couple of months, people have been starting to stand up. And now there's 3 councilmen who aren't afraid to say something. The 4th one, we're appointing someone next Tuesday, I guess will be now. And that person, we have to decide, you know, what her belief in or his belief in the town is going to be.
Has anybody submitted the motion for whoever's got the
Here, Shelby.
signature on the checkbook to be removed and replaced? Because I've seen that happen in a small town here in Oregon to where they thought embezzlement was going down, so they just removed all rights and put it to where 2 city councilors had to sign the checks. And
You
that
know
was
what?
clean
And
down
that's good.
people
But
getting paid.
what I've been hearing is they're going for a thing where it's paid leave of absence until after a forensic audit.
Paid leave, so you're going to pay them their wage to actually not do their job. I would do
You
that.
know what? But there's
The
employment
forensic
laws.
I know, but a way around that is the remove the right to sign and remove money from the account and put that right under 2 voted on counselors amongst the city councilors. It would then require both of those counselors to be present and sign every single penny that comes out of the city's bank account. You're allowing that, you're putting them on leave and paying them to not do their job. Okay, good. But you got to remove the rights from the person that gets the money out, no matter who that is, whether it's the city administrator. You got to change that person. If there's an embezzlement quest, you got to take it and go, okay, we think there's been embezzlement. I'm putting a motion forward that we remove the right of the current signer for the bank account, and we put that under 2 city councilors, and you choose those city councilors.
So that's
okay. But they have an ordinance here. It's called 266 that flipped this around. The way this is supposed to work, and what we're going to try to do next Tuesday, is flip that back by the council is supposed to approve a check before it's written. The way they work it now under this ordinance, the check's written and the council just acknowledges that the check has been
You
written.
have a place I could look at that ordinance? Because I think I would be going to an attorney outside the area and seeing if the ordinance is actually even constitutionally legal.
Yeah, but then you're going to come back down to the statutory town thing. If you can't fight the First Amendment, ask these guys, man. We've been on months. The town lawyer here is making fucking bank, and on First Amendment, and we can't get anyone.
I know you can answer that question. Is 266 codified? Is it in the Muni book?
I am. We paid to have that done several times. I've never seen it. I've never seen any municipal book.
How's it legal then?
But then again, you're talking about a statutory town. This whole town needs to be rebuilt.
When you're talking law, it does matter.
It does.
It does matter, Vern. And here's where it matters. The town of Aguilar has no law enforcement. The law enforcement comes into the town of Aguilar. Law enforcement that comes into the town of Aguilar is not bound to enforce the ordinances of the town of Aguilar. You need your own law enforcement. This is why they've been trying to get Colin back so bad.
Yeah.
An ordinance is not a law. It's somebody made up a rule, and it's something that should be fought. You're just not I think you're not understanding what I'm trying to say.
Well, hey, let me put it in more corporate words for him. So, in other words, he's like talking almost like an escrow, having an emergency escrow that would not have the average the people that are handling the money, that one person or whatever, have 2 people that take everything in escrow, that they are responsible for every cent that comes and goes, and they both got to know. One cannot know without the other.
Right. And that's the way that it should be set up, so that nothing could be done on this unless the town council approves the passing of the money. That step is skipped, and it was by a vote of the town council who makes these ordinances that it's a mess. And we're just now, this will be the second time I said on the council on a regular meeting. I've only set one meeting so far, and yeah, we got some good things voted on that they completely ignored, which brings us up into the fight on the second meeting that we're in. We've got a fourth person coming in, and it looks like with that person, we're going to have a majority, so we will be able to start fixing things.
Well,
Bert, I actually have a question.
Okay.
Because I was at the last meeting that they had. Okay. And you folks didn't even agree on the agenda, correct?
It was all because of that cop that they tried putting in there. No, we didn't. We couldn't agree on the agenda. That's correct.
So anything that you did from that point on is no good. Any motions, anything that you passed, the meeting doesn't exist because you couldn't agree on the agenda.
Which rules of orders are you following for your council?
Bob's rules of order, supposedly.
Like Robert's rules of orders?
Bob's.
Who's Bob? Who's Bob?
So it's a
The other guy.
It's a parliamentary procedure. Broken.
I'm
Kind of like
sorry,
Dave.
but that don't go. That don't go. You got them. You have to have a rules of order to follow. There's a procedure for all this, and it does trickle up, but it also trickles down.
Right, bro. But you got to do some research. There is a form. It's not Robert's rules. It's called Bob's rules. It's similar to Robert's rules, but not completely. Like it's got a little bit more play into it, like to where they could actually say that they don't have to add in public comment. That's what they were trying to do to us, bro, because they were trying to use Bob's rules to try and say that the public could not speak at a public meeting. We fought them for that for fucking weeks and finally got it back. You know what I'm saying? And they should have never even got it back. That's the point. Like that statement right there should not even have been said.
Hey,
because the public should have a right to speak.
People.
Yo,
play the clip of the conversation with Solano and my escort. I don't think these guys here got a chance to see it. Let's get some comment on that, because this is like the reality of what we dealt with last meeting.
I still haven't heard Vern's answer to that question though, because if they didn't agree on the agenda, wouldn't that make everything done in that meeting null and void?
Yes, normally yes, but if you watch the meeting, I'm the one that pushed it to get them to do this, because I was trying to get that cop out of there. He's went against the Second Amendment rights of the people here. He's went in and confiscated people's guns. He's been investigated on an arson that ended up in a death, and there's been several ladies accusing him of things that I was trying to get the thing to where they could come in and speak. So, and then they came into that budget thing, and there was reasons that I had for wanting to have that have them pass that bill, because it's going to do with transferring money from a federal USDA account into a general fund that these people have access to.
Right. Like I said, I just and by the same.
But you're right. No, it should not have been. It should not have went that way. When we didn't agree, he should have dismissed the meeting, but he didn't, because I jumped in and told him we have to have the meeting. So they changed a couple of words and re-voted on it.
So you did agree on the agenda after?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to check in. And that's
but I'm gonna interject here, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate, because as much as I really wanted that meeting to happen, you guys agreed on the same agenda. You guys didn't change the agenda. You guys didn't amend the agenda. You guys didn't even. I went over that video a couple of times, and you guys really didn't even change the wordings. You were just like, all right, let's just accept the agenda, and boom, you guys accepted the agenda. So. I mean, John's got a good point.
That's one that worked in my favor, though. So yeah, it was wrong. I agree. Shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, but here's the problem, Vern. Okay, here's the problem. The problem is if we notice this issue, right, and that the meeting technically didn't even take place, they can use that same logic and do the same thing and say meeting was no good
and undo everything that was done in that meeting.
Now,
exactly.
almost 3 years ago, they pulled that on me on the augmentation pond thing. Whenever they were just getting into setting up who's on the checking for the signatures. I had a bunch of stuff that I had put on there. Even the attorney, they voted on it, accepted it, except for I didn't formally say it correctly. So they didn't put through what we voted on as being true. And then they kept their own rules.
Right. Well, let's refresh everybody on this clip here on what we just recently had to deal with on getting permission to film. So let's yeah, everybody mute. I'm gonna play this clip and let Wolverine, if he hasn't seen it yet, get a chance to see it and hear the district attorney talk to Good Citizen about recording and other issues.
Wait, what? Are you being arrested?
Okay, so we had a hell of a meeting last night. Started out with a bang with Henry Solano. Nice little conversation with him and Good Citizen. Henry, you should listen to his wording very, very carefully. Henry is trying to say that we incite distractions.
Wait. Are you being arrested?
On the ambulance.
Yeah, he's here.
Right here, Henry. How you doing, brother?
Hey, TJ, I'm doing okay. Listen, it's my understanding that if you are there recording, you will record from one particular area and not move around, correct?
Yeah, I mean, that's courtroom rules. I can see that. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
It's agreeable.
You'll set up and it won't be roving around. You'll be setting up, you'll be recording.
Yes, sir. That's agreeable.
Okay, and your agreement is once you start the recording, unless this is a situation where there's a stop in the meeting, you'll continue the recording from beginning to end.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah, that's how I broadcast my meetings.
Okay, well, I mean, as long as it is, I mean, here's my concern. It's this whole issue of inciting disruption by virtue of this whole process, and I don't think you want it. You want to be able to tell public your own version.
Right. I'm a watchdog, Henry. We've dealt with each other for a long time now, and
I got you. Okay.
and you know, I mean, really, I can just say, you know, as an example, when those misdemeanors were dished out, I wasn't here. I wasn't broadcasting.
Okay.
So try to relate it to me directly is a problem.
Right. No, and TJ, what I'm trying to do is, I mean, effectively, there's a distinction that we're trying to draw between essentially credentialed media, and there's that whole open question about social media. And until we can get some further review, if in fact you will record, and your commitment is to record from beginning to end, and obviously if there's a break in the meeting, you know, and you want to shut it off so you don't waste, you know, digital time or whatever, okay, it's just not selectively recording the meeting, because there's a desire not to have, to the extent it's there, Zoom be different from your recording.
Well, I mean,
it could be the same.
Henry, I'm still going to clip videos down into shorts and produce them. I mean, that's what I do. YouTube, the way the platform's set up is you got a 60-second clip. With Facebook, it's a 30-second clip. So we obviously are still going to pull clips from the recordings, be it theirs or ours.
Right. No, I hear you. I mean, all of this is going to have to be worked out in the future, TJ, okay?
Well, let's work together. I can work with you. You know that. We've worked together plenty of times.
I got you, TJ. What I'm just trying to do and say is, and you will preserve your full recording, correct? Even though you may upload different pieces.
Well, I usually live stream it, so it's broadcasted right now. So I'm always live. When I'm dealing with government, I'm live, and I always have a body camera running. So I have multiple recordings.
Right, but if there is a question about the accuracy of it, people can go to you and get the full stream.
If there's a question about the accuracy, they can go to the town's Facebook page and look at that. They have to also broadcast from beginning.
Recording. Yeah, no, I got it, TJ. I'm just trying to have everybody have access to the full whatever it is on both sides.
But I'm just looking for our rights. You already know that, Henry. I go everywhere doing this, man.
I understand that there's this distinction between what is a public forum and what isn't that needs to be sorted out, TJ. And what I'm trying to do is just get us past today.
Okay.
Until we can just figure it all out. And so what I hear is you're going to be streaming, and is your stream also recorded?
No, it's put to the cloud. It's not. It doesn't take any digital space on my device. No.
Right. But I mean,
it's there. It's uploaded immediately, basically.
Right.
It's there.
And can it be retrieved from the cloud?
Yeah.
Pardon?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's what I meant by recorded. It is preserved.
Yeah.
Okay. And you won't deny access to the city, just like they won't deny access to you of Zoom. Zoom recording.
Well, so far we have been denied access to Zoom recording, Henry. We do not have access. Only the town does. And as far as Cora and FOIA requests, I have had 0 received back. So I can't be mutual with somebody who's not mutual. No, sir.
TJ, I hear you. Okay. We're going to try and work on that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Over the long term. All right. But for right now, there is a piece that is the live stream in its entirety is preserved somewhere.
Yes.
Okay. And the same as your body cam.
Yes, sir. And there's another gentleman here that I'd like to speak with you as well, Henry.
Yeah, well, hold on. Let me just deal with you right now, TJ, okay? All right? So I'm going to tell them, first of all, as I understand it, there is no public comment portion of this meeting.
Tonight.
Okay? Well, we'll have to deal with the public comment portion in the future. But what we're trying to get to is for you to set up and to record as you've identified that you're going to be recording. Okay? Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if there is some aspect that starts to lead to disruption by virtue of the recording, which I don't think should happen,
Right.
then they may shut down the recording. They meaning the sheriff's department, not the city, the town. But that's because they may be interested in trying to preserve.
I can trust their discretion. That's fine.
Okay.
I trust their discretion.
Yeah, right. That's them, independent from the town. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Does that work in relationship, Deputy Sloan?
Yes, sir.
Are you comfortable with understanding that until we can work further on it?
Absolutely. My only further question relates to the actual sign, which indicates no cell phones at all in the area, and there's no way to police that.
No, listen, the piece of that is going to be that they need to keep their phones shut off or whatever.
Right.
Okay? Because that's an issue of disruption of the meeting.
We need to change the sign, if at all possible, to reflect.
We'll deal with that in the future. But the whole point of it is there is nothing that causes a potential disruption in the meeting. I mean, it's like in a lot of other places, including courtrooms, you're asked to turn off cell phones. In fact, you're usually told not to bring cell phones.
Right.
But we're not going to deal with that right now.
Yeah, because I can't search these people for their phones, so it's.
Exactly. I got you.
Okay.
Does everybody understand that?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who else wants?
And after that, I'll set a link in the description for the meeting. You can watch the good majority of it, but
Yeah. I got all kinds of problems with that.
All right, wait a minute. My biggest problem, whoever that was on the phone thinks
The
that
DA,
the council meeting is a
district attorney,
courtroom,
bro.
and he can tell people not to bring. And sorry, it's not a courtroom. It's a public meeting that I could go and fly to outside
No,
that town, drive there, and go into.
Proficient, you weren't listening to him. What he was trying to tell him, what he was trying to say to him is that a public meeting isn't a public forum. You got to listen to what he said. The words he said were,
the one that
it's not a
triggered
public
me
forum.
is what he said to the cop at the end.
He said a lot of
Courtrooms can have you not record,
Interesting.
and we'll work on that later. Replay that part where that female cop's leaning over listening to what he said. He literally said, "We'll work on that later."
Yeah.
Not
Well,
allowing
hold on.
cell phone in there.
Hold on. To the DA's benefit, he said that a lot.
Yeah.
They're not
Well,
done trying to stop us.
Hey, y'all, dig this, man. Dig this. Number one, first and foremost, dude is in his private capacity, in his press capacity. He can go to any public meeting, any public forum. I don't give a damn what you call it. If you're allowed to be there, your camera is allowed to be there.
Did you hear
Okay.
the part where he said the problem is here is
here's the thing, though. You're missing the bigger picture.
Credited media and social media.
Well, I mean, credited media is only prudence to what?
King George.
What is it prudence to? I mean, they're using the same. They're using different euphemisms here. Okay, look.
Funny to me.
I actually used to go and sit at a city
You're
council
trolling me,
meeting
right? You're
for
trolling me.
For the local newspaper.
This motherfucker's trolling
And I
me.
do know this. You can show and report on everything except for executive sessions are private to the council. They can ask all the citizens to leave during the executive session part of the city council meeting. The press can stay in there, but he's not allowed to record it or report on what was said during the executive sessions. That is rules federally.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What they were saying, what that DA was saying is they were allowing him to record the meeting. They were telling the sheriffs that any member of the general public was not allowed to break out their cell phones and record the public meeting.
Which was crazy as hell.
Yeah, well, you need a general member of the public that's not them to go in there and do that and get arrested so they can fight it, and the city of Aguilar is going to lose more money.
Well,
that
hold
was
on.
the only way to stop that thinking.
No.
Jesus.
That's not going to happen. And I can tell you right now, Broke, that's not going to happen. Do you want to know why? Because the cops know better. They've learned the law. Didn't you hear the officer there? The officer even said, we need to get these signs down and changed or something. Because we can't enforce this shit.
I said I trust their discretion. Did I not?
I
trust their discretion. They're not going to try to violate my rights. We've been working on our rights with them, and they're doing a damn good job.
Bro, I got to be honest with you. I think you were like doing yes sir, no sir, just to get the meeting started, and you would have been yourself regardless, no matter what. Am I right or wrong?
Ultimately, I recorded it just the same as I would any other time, right? Like I did.
Well, what I'm trying to say is,
I just wanted to hear what he would say. Like, what lengths would he go? You know.
I mean, honestly, I'm surprised you allowed them to get that far in that conversation with the four people that were standing in there. I don't know who was standing behind you. There could have been more, but I mean, I wouldn't have let nobody tell me where I can and cannot stand. I don't work for them. He's not my boss.
Hold on, Wolf. Hold on, Wolfie. Hold on. And again, here's where people don't understand our style, right? Because most people, they would automatically put them in check. We like to hand them the rope.
Yeah. I got you. I got you. That's why I said you were trolling me. I got you. You're trolling them too.
Yeah.
I got you.
We're not trolling
Wow,
you.
baby.
This is
There
not
was
even a
something
troll.
else that
I'm not saying that. Gee, trolling's not a bad thing. Trolling
No.
sometimes is letting things organically play out the way you want them to get people to react. Okay, they're trolling. Trolling has everything to. Trolling's all types of levels, man. Okay, and
Well-
that's what I meant by it anyway.
Well, we're not trying to troll you, man. We're not. We're just. This is like.
That's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not accusing you of being a troll or something. You know, I'm saying that, for an example, I had to go with this with freaking media. I said, you troll the shit out of these people. I mean, they some of them deserve it, some of them don't. And he's like, what do you mean by that? I said, motherfucker, you are a troll. You sit there and you point a camera at somebody inside a freaking building while they're eating food. Okay. And he's like, man, well, you're a troll. And then I think he was like looking it up while I was doing it. It's kind of like how I got AC. He made himself look like a real retard, when he didn't understand what trolling really is. All it is stirring the pot. Whether it's for positive or negative, whether you're being deviant or not is subjective.
Well, again, we didn't like lure you up here. We didn't try and
No.
either.
But
that's all good.
With what made you?
I think see, that word for some reason has a derogatory in your head, so maybe I won't use it as much as I usually do. Troll to me, it is a good thing. All right, so.
But with what troll has come to mean here on YouTube, it's become a derogatory word. I would probably my personal self replace it with "you were sure baiting the hell out of them guys to screw up."
I mean, Warby,
it's the same thing. That's derogatory too.
I'm gonna get right to the heart of the problem, bro. This is the problem.
Now, the main problem area is up here. All of this going on up here is what's causing me the most physical discomfort. It's like a visceral reaction of discontent coming from this area. This area is not good either. I hate this, but I'm mainly worried about this.
Now, and let's be clear too, because when all that went down with the DA, right? The DA was giving misinformation by the town attorney who told the DA that there was case law regarding the Sheridan group that was arrested up in Sheridan, Colorado. He told the DA that there was actually case law out of Sheridan that didn't allow recording in the meetings. Right? That's not. First of all, that case, it's not case law anywhere in Colorado, right? Because the only thing that's been litigated with that is whether or not they were guilty or innocent in a criminal case.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no case law. The guy just outright fed him BS, and the DA bought it. So
yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean? And not only that, they added a CRS from Colorado, and if I remember correctly, it was 18.9.117. Well, 18.9.117 refers to like the town halls and stuff like that, but it's time, place, and manner restrictions, right? So if you were there after hours trying to record, then they could do something. These people are trying to use that same CRS not only for during the daytime hours of
their go-to.
They're trying to use it to the public meeting.
They do that with everything. They do that with the freaking trespassing, disorderly conduct, freaking disturbing the peace. They always use their go-tos, man. It is what it is. I mean, most guys that are recording, they know what they're doing anyway. And like you said, everybody has their different styles of recording. And I just don't see why this person don't understand it, and why these cops, because at what she said at the end of that conversation was very valid. She said you can't enforce that stuff, right? So why would she even let that guy get away with saying where you're going to record, how you're going to retrieve it, and what, where can I get a copy of that? Is it recorded? Or that's none of his business. It really is business.
They let him say that because Good Citizen was there. They know that we're working on trying to clean that area up everywhere, all the way up to the DA. Can you believe that this guy that was saying all this stuff is running for county commissioner? He's leaving the DA's office. He wants to move up. He wants to go to county commissioner.
Well, I mean, the more tyrannical you are, I guess, and the dumber you are, the more credits you get. So that's how you moved up the chain.
Has anybody thought about sending them the Supreme Court of the United States ruling on exactly this that puts them in their place about that?
Hey, can I bring up a point that you haven't talked about yet?
Go for it.
On that thing, while he was being chewed out over the right for his camera, if you watch the video, my camera was on the corner of the table filming at the same time.
Well, here's an even funnier thing, Vern. In the meeting before, right?
Yes.
In that meeting, there were two people. Actually, I don't know if it was that meeting or the one before where they put the signs up and were enforcing it or whatever. But whichever meeting, you'll see two people that will go up there and start taking pictures and video, right, along with yours. So clearly, and here's the best part, right? Because there was a coalition in Colorado that reached out to these folks, right?
Yeah.
And explained to them that they can't violate First Amendment rights in a public meeting, okay? And they still tried to do it, okay? They don't care. They really didn't. And it's funny because I actually spoke to the gentleman from the coalition the other day, and he asked me what was going on, and I said they're still trying to play this game with that stuff. I go, and we're not getting. I mean, they're allowing people to record, but they're still trying to say the general public can't record the public meeting. And he goes, "You're kidding me, right?" His words. And these are guys that fight for First Amendment rights in the state of Colorado, that reached out to the DA and said, "You can't do this."
See ya.
It's a shame. This is what we come to.
I'm gonna bounce, y'all. But anyway, I enjoyed the conversation. Have a good one.
Take care, Wolvie.
All right, have a good one, Wolvie. Thanks for coming up, bro.
Back to that one ordinance thing. Was it a resolution or an ordinance? Because the difference is one of them becomes law and there's a legal fine for it, and the other one is just a ruling, which has no standing.
What are you talking for, recording in the meeting?
No,
266.
The 266, the one that they made, because there's two different. I looked it up in Colorado. There's two different ones a council can make: a resolution and an ordinance, and they are made in different ways.
Right. This would be a resolution because there's no criminal or municipal penalty against it.
And it has no teeth, no way to enforce it then.
Right. And another thing, it was done under an emergency clause, which if you look that up, an ordinance coming in under an emergency clause is only good for 90 days, and then it has to be discussed fully in the public.
Yeah, an emergency clause in the whole United States is only for 90 days, and then it has to be ratified with another meeting and another vote. And if it wasn't, it's after 90 days, it's already done. But I believe there is Colorado law, that's why I suggested getting a hold of an attorney outside the area, that rules about the way money's distributed from a city, but I know there's something about it. I know there is out here in Oregon.
Look, if you think it's been a while since they've done their audits, you should see how long it's been since they did their muni code book.
Oh, God.
Did you find it? What is the answer to that?
No, but I just know that code book hasn't been updated in long time.
He
So,
says
My
no.
understanding, the last time that was done was back in the 90s.
yeah, like 98 or 99 or something like that was the
But
last time
and here's
anything
what
was
comes
done
up
with it.
funny, and they say that I keep saying that they're embezzling, but on her budget, whenever you look at the actual form, it shows that we paid to have everything codified,
And
and it
since
hasn't
we've
been,
been here,
but it
Vern,
hasn't been done, and the
just
money's
since
gone.
we've been here multiple times, it's been brought up in the meetings as it's getting done. And guess what? It's never fucking getting done. And that's a lot of money. Like to catch them up is probably close to $100,000. That's no
So
shit.
who was the money paid to? Do you at
Exactly.
least have you found that out? Who
Exactly.
was the money paid to?
Or
Hey, there was the
were the
one that
checks
are
written
the
out
two that I
cash?
seen that were on the actual payout sheets. Uh, it gave a name of some kind of a incorporated thing entity that really didn't say who or what they done.
Like an LLC or?
Right.
Oh, well, you can trace that LLC through the state of Colorado and see exactly where it goes to, and I bet you that's where you catch your embezzlement is by looking at the company that this money has already been paid to that's failing to do their job. That's actually a civil suit in the state court, and they would be liable because they haven't done their job, and they've provided no evidence that they're even trying to do the job.
But you know what's going to
Look
happen,
at
and
who owns that company. That's where your check is. You got to look
and
into the company that's received the money at this point.
if you knew more about how this town actually is run, you have to forget the law and think about the way that it is done. On that, you've got a very good point. But what's going to happen is Tyra is going to say, oops, I made a mistake. That money wasn't for that. It was for a different service that maybe this company really does. And then
All
everyone,
right.
okay, yeah,
So,
well, you made a mistake. Everything's
you
good.
you do you have that company's name in the back chat? I'll do the work for you. I'll go
Oh,
look into that
I
company
was on
for
the
you and
council
tell
like
you
3
who
years
owns
ago
it.
whenever I got that. I've only sat on the council one time so far as a regular meeting and one time on a special meeting. So I haven't even hit my second setting on this.
Ask them, ask the rest of the council members, and that person will have to bring up exactly who the money for the accounting job has been paid to, and you look into that company. Who's the owners of the company when
Yeah,
in
and
during embezzlement?
we just started going through the checks at the last meeting, and it was past 9 o'clock, and a couple of our guys are like in their 80s, and it was just too long of a day for them. So they kind of tabled the thing for the next meeting, and we haven't got to that meeting yet. It won't be till Tuesday, it looks like.
They've got a lot to do, bro. They've got a lot to catch up
There's a
on.
lot to do.
I get it. Maybe I'm ahead of the step a little
Hey,
bit.
yeah, and I'm asking these guys. I've asked them
It,
publicly. Hold me to this. I'm trying to do the best I can, and they're holding me to what I'm saying. So,
Vern, I think you're doing a good job because you're seeing problems. But in that case, I would look into every single company that any money has been paid out to that's not a public employee and see exactly where that company's registered and what they're doing. If you're looking for $186,000 and you think it was fraudulently paid out to a fake company, you got to go prove the company's fake and somebody has ties into that company. You got to go look at the company. Then you can legally go after that. If you gave me $186,000 because I'm supposed to be an auditor, an accountant, going through the books to look at where everything went, and I don't give you any information at all, I am frauding you.
right. Well,
They
we've got a
have
person.
the information. They have the information for where they have worked so far. Show
We
us
have a
where
person.
you're at.
We have a person coming up for put in a letter of intent for the council seat for next Tuesday, who is an accountant. So, after our next meeting, we'll have a better grasp on what's going on. We
Well,
haven't had a council in favor of fighting this forever. So that,
well,
I wish I still had money to drive to Colorado. They would
well,
not like me at the next council meeting because I would literally call in my 3 minutes for an exact show us what you've done so far.
If we had Zoom, you could do that.
Well,
do
I'm
that.
not.
Their attorney
I would
advised.
have to. I would
No,
have
no, and
to
we already
stay
proved
there
that that's
for
not even.
2 weeks to have a right as a citizen to do this. I'd have to be 14 days in that town in the same residence to be able to truly call for it.
Yeah, you should be able to call in on Zoom, bro. And they don't want to give the public access to the Zoom.
Okay.
Because then you could just ask, right? You could use your comment.
You people, you're roboting. You're max headrooming.
Wow. Yeah, bro.
I get you, good citizen. I get you. There's a lot of dirty shit going on, and until you get I don't know the proper word for it. Until you get enough people to want to stop
They put
this
the camera
on the
and
council.
microphone combo. They put it on top of this like 90s model refrigerator. So all you can hear is the fucking buzz of the refrigerator running instead of the meeting. You see what I mean? Like this shit's intentional, dude. Like
Get your local newspaper to put that point out to everybody in the city, and when everybody and start a petition for everybody in the city to have the camera moved.
We've been in every edition of the paper weekly for like 8 months straight.
Have you made the point of where the camera's at and that you can't hear a point?
Oh, yeah.
You've literally gone around to
Our
every
newspaper
citizen
lady's
of the
been doing
town.
a real good job exposing these fools.
Well, you get a petition from everybody in the town to do it. They have to move it.
Well, listen, I got to bounce, guys. I got something to do. Vern, hit me up.
Appreciate you, brother.
Send me an email. I want to talk to you.
Appreciate you coming up, man.
I know I seem like I'm coming in late and I don't pay as much attention to what's going on over there in Aguilar. I do watch it. I seen the one where you were in with the phone call where he's trying to tell you limit your Fourth Amendment rights. I wish he would have, because then you'd have him in state court. But sometimes ideas coming in from somebody standing on the side help.
Thanks for coming, Shelby. Thanks for coming, John.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later. I'll give you a call later. All right.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. So it's good to have people come in, because then we get to retouch on some things that some people may have either forgot about or didn't hear about. It's deep. There's a lot of layers to it, like an onion. So.
Have you put all your Aguilar stuff under a playlist in your YouTube?
Yeah, most of it. There's a couple hundred videos on the Aguilar playlist. So.
Okay, just asking if it's like every week you make sure you tag it into that playlist when you post it up, or at the end of a live, add it to that playlist. Just check it, bro.
Aguilar alone's got a couple hundred videos to play through on the playlist. So, yeah, for sure. I mean, we're trying to keep up with it. It's just there's a lot,
Oh, you guys have been fighting this for a while. You got a couple morons down there. I'm surprised the county anything is getting involved to where they think they're on their side. When they know there's going wrongs, they shouldn't support anything that city does. They should point out to them, well, the law says.
Mac, we're gonna be ending here shortly, Mac. Otherwise I'd have you up, brother. Appreciate you though. Yeah, it's I don't know where you people is having some service issues. I'm guessing, But
He was probably on a cell phone, and StreamYards eats a cell phone's battery because of the processing. Because of the processing on it, it just eats the battery, and you end up dropping down or having trouble and trying to recharge, and it barely keeps up when it's on a charger.
yeah, and the timing of things and whatnot. I don't know if he had to do some running and stuff too. So that or is just shit service that happens. So, but yeah, we don't want to run the show too dang long. We do got some stuff to do, but we do want to get that out there that, you know, the fact of there's unpaid contractors, you know, the fact that the Aguilar water still isn't planned to be filtered, you know, like there's a lot of things like that, you know, just to pay attention to. So,
Oh my God! And I bet you have they ever gotten a federal government grant? If you look into it, have they
that's
ever
what this
gotten a
was,
federal
just to do the
government
pond
grant?
that the money's missing from, bro. Is the federal government grant.
Oh, report that to the federal government, because now they've involved the feds by accepting that money, and the money for that the job is missing and the job's not being done. Now they're in trouble.
Are you back, you people? You're muted, bro. I don't know if your shit works or.
No, I'm back. I'm sorry, man. I had some reception issues. I'm coming down to pick up the daughter.
Yeah, I thought you was pretty well out of.
Hey, Mac,
out of
how you
service.
doing, bro?
Hey, what's going on, Fish?
Yeah, we won't be up too long, Mac. How you doing, bro? We're getting ready to end it. But
Okay, I've been sitting back here listening to you guys talk, and
hang on a sec, Mac. That's where you got them, Vern. They accepted federal money. You get a hold of the agency that gave them the money for that waterworks stuff. If nothing's been done and that money's missing, the feds will come in and enforce it. That's where you got them. They accepted funds to do something and they're not doing it. That is a big no. Go ahead, Mac. I'll shut up.
Yeah, I've been listening and stuff, but what if you guys get into a bee's nest where actually, you know, a lot of big money's involved and big people are going to go down? Don't you think they might maybe pay some people to do something to people?
They've already tried.
They've already done that, Mac.
Oh my God.
We got that on record too, bro. Yeah. They called it PR.
They called it an Aguilar PR fund.
Yeah. Go over and check out Bird's page. You'll see it.
Yeah, you keep poking the bear, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, we're everybody.
They blew my windows out, Mac. They blew the windows out of my fucking truck, bro.
And we're the
dude on the hornet's nest.
The big time PLF.
We're the ones literally chasing the bears around Aguilar. These guys don't know who they're messing with, man. Like literally, we chase bears around Aguilar, big bears, not small, big ones.
It comes down to our government behind it, and the politicians from the top of Colorado.
Well, I don't know, but it seems to stem all the way up to there, my man. Because seriously,
you're at the bottom of the pyramid. Holy shit.
Yeah, it seems to stem that way, man.
I wish you guys all the luck in the world, man. Serious.
No,
just find a bunch of biker buddies and make them friends, and bring them to your meetings.
Out here, the cops are the biker gangs. That's the downfall.
Blue Angels.
Well, I suppose we've been going for a little while. We got most of what we wanted to out there. Tuesday will be the next Aguilar meeting. We'll be there, guys. We'll keep you posted on any new information that we gather.
Oh, hell yeah!
Been a good show. Informative.
Do you guys have any plans for when it does get thick, or maybe you guys can like group up or something? So if you're afraid that something's happening or somebody's watching or that kind of shit.
Well, we would hope the community's watching, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, that's the reason why we cover this, right? Is to put out the news and to get coverage. You know,
door-to-door flyers telling the people what's up.
What's that?
Do you walk around? Hey, knock on people's doors, flyers.
Oh yeah, my stuff is open to the public, open for free use, man. Go ahead. If you wanna spread the word, make some shorts, have a blast, man. That's what our pages are for, bro. We're media.
Right. I'm sure there's people in town that don't want to hear it. People close the doors. People probably go, yeah. Then after you leave, they don't do shit. Then there's that one or two people that will do shit and be behind you. Like, hey, this is your country. This is your town. This is what's happening in your town.
Yeah, well, we're getting to that point now, my man, where people are starting to open up their doors instead of shutting them in our faces. So It took 2 years. It took 2 years to get to this point. We hope that the momentum keeps going, and all we can do is just keep documenting the stupidity that they keep putting out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Now, this stupidness. Are you playing it on YouTube for everybody to see?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Public domain. I mean, hey, can't get in trouble.
Hey, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm going to jump out too.
Take care, Vern.
Thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good day, sir, and keep up the good fight. You'll win in
Thank
the
you.
end. Sorry
All
you're
right.
stomping the hornet's nest.
Yeah, that's about what we're doing too. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Yep. It sounds like one of those towns you don't want to drive through because you got a crooked sheriff. It'll pull you over. You know you got a broken taillight? No, I don't. You do now. You know what I mean?
Well, they were trying that with Colin, but as it stands right now, there is no law enforcement there. Code enforcement screwed up, got fired, and then tried to sue the town. Is still suing the town. Adam, shout out, buddy. We miss you. Come on, we'd love to hear an update on your lawsuit.
Wow. Yeah, these court systems, these lawyers. I tell you, to me, the problems I'm going through with my workman's comp lawyer, and I got a personal injury lawyer. It seems like, to me, I don't know, I got a weird feeling that they're in cahoots and the insurance company paid off my lawyer and they're just scamming me along. You know, say, hey, dude, would you like to get paid up now or wait 3 years? Because that's how long we're going to take this thing. Oh, what the fuck? I'm getting my money now.
Right? That's crazy.
Yep. So I'm buying a roof camper. Yeah, I got a nice generator. And get the hell out of here. The hell out of the house. Just need to get away from a bunch of shit. You know, I've been stuck in this house because of my injury and shit. And just want to get out of here. Got my canoe.
I hear you.
I found a good deal for the roof campers, like $1,000. Sleeps 2. It folds up like a cigarette case. It opens up on one side, and when you open it up, there's a tent right there. It's got a ladder that comes off the side. Because I'd hate to go to a campsite, you know, put up a tent. I got to go to town. I got to leave my tent there. And the way things are going, they're going to rob my tent or take the tent. So I just close it and go. Anybody there?
Yeah.
All right.
I was looking at something.
Yeah.
Good citizen, and you people are media.
What do you think of this? You like it?
Excuse us, please.
Sure. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Now this is a bikini body.
What are you doing there? I can't unsee that.
Good job.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll be going out west, you know, to, you know, shit, South Dakota.
There is no mail.
All the way up to Seattle.
Yeah. Daddy got you a shirt, though. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Let Better call Saul. Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe that until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this country is innocent. And that's why I fight for you, Albuquerque.
Better call Saul.
New Mexico?
Dude,
I
that's our
was in
cousin.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
I did, really. Honest to God. I took a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Oh, yeah, I've been there and done that.
Hey, I went to get on the expressway, but I got on the side road instead. It was nighttime, and we started getting on the pitch darkness. My wife was freaking out, so I made a turnaround and got back. It was funny.
We got good lawyers.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
No running.
You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, then
I'll buy.
Yeah, first thing they need to do is, like I hear in Chicago.
What are you doing? No, don't go that way. Come on.
Yeah, like first thing they really need to do here in Chicago is get to that police academy, train our policemen right.
Okay, well, we can break it out.
They need to teach them way better. Yeah, we got some of the we got like a lot of ladies, frail little ladies in there.
Hey, good citizen.
Yeah, bro.
You see that private chat? You should have Byrne do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a big deal too, bro. I'll get the hold of you. This shit's funny. Stupid asses, dude. Like they think they're not gonna get caught.
Well, that's the way.
Okay, here we got a really crooked mayor in the town of Dalton, and people have been bitching so much that it actually got on the news. Is there any way you can get that stuff there on the news?
Oh, it's been on the news multiple times.
Oh,
it has. Yeah, it has.
Papers every week.
All right.
In fact, they locked out the reporter from town hall. He went to go walk in and walked into the door.
Oh wow! So you know Mary Lightfoot, our old mayor, right? Well, our old mayor. This is happening. So Dalton's got a lady mayor, and she uses her police like thugs, and they close businesses down if they don't pay for her charities. Renew their license, so they can't have their business, and people are pissed. So anyway,
no, you're gonna eat your snack first.
Enough of these people got together. And
no, I don't want to.
They got Mayor Lightfoot to be the judge. What's going on? Yeah, and they called in the FBI. So the FBI's in there putting audits and want this and all this information out. So finally, they're going to get rid of this freaking crooked mayor after 2 years.
Yeah, that's cool.
She heard her colleagues went to a vacation in Vegas, and the town paid for it. The town paid for her $150,000 Tahoe. When they went out there in Vegas, one other person drugged one of the other people there, of the those staff members and all that shit, and more or less had his way with her. And she's bringing that up. It's so fucked up. The town treasury got locked out of meetings, and the public got locked out of meetings. I mean, it was crazy.
Then that meeting's officially not a meeting.
Yeah, that's exactly. And the ladies that they got kicked out of the city hall are the good citizens, and yeah, they're getting their jobs back, of course. And one of them, I tell you the truth, might be the mayor, because they are some good ladies. They're fighting.
Well, Jake, more than just them, you got to wake up the rest of the citizens of the town to show up to every council meeting and keep bringing it up.
That's what happened. People woke up in the town, and they had to bond together to get this bitch out.
I remember seeing it on the news about her and her Tahoe and her big lobster dinners in Vegas. And the sweets they bought at $1,000 a night.
And who's that reverend? That reverend was accused of raping. Yep. I gotta see. I'm gonna do some research here real quick. Dalton there.
Killing me. Oh, who's jumping in?
To set up your device,
snap.
Turn on narrator by
this guy in forever.
Plus enter. For more accessibility features, press Windows plus U.
Vincent Vega.
I can hear you, Mac.
I am so sorry. I'm rebooting a computer and that stupid, was it Encore or whatever came up.
Did you guys see that goat?
It's just a goat.
Tiffany Lanyard.
The kid was talking about me.
That Tiffany Hanyard is the evil bitch.
I'm the effing goat.
Yeah.
I'm one of the best singers of all time and one of the best looking motherfuckers you ever seen. Hold my drink,
Can't
bitch.
nobody argue, bro. Can't nobody argue.
He's even got his own pants line. Sells at Walmart.
I see your name all over the internet, bro. You're famous.
You know, I got to remember where I come from, remember my roots. You know, I got to keep it real.
We appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Ask me at I'm the best.
Okay, you guys know Andrew Holmes. Andrew Holmes is a black guy, and he's always at every like big event that happens in Chicago, like the big riots. He got over to try to calm down the people. He's like a reverend kind of type attitude. He's the one who's behind that rape.
Oh wow!
Yes, ain't that fucked up or what? You know, Andrew Holmes is like everybody knows him around here. He's like one of the stand-up guys.
Well, obviously not.
Well, yeah, he probably was hanging around Cosby back in the day.
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Yes, yes, I tell you.
Andrew Holmes, is he a comic?
No, he's like a reverend and type.
No, he was putting himself off as a religious individual that done one of the worst things you can do to a woman. He's not nothing.
Right, he's definitely nothing now, but we have this big parade, the Bud Billiken parade down Ashland or Western Avenue, and he's always in there talking on microphones. Anything happens, he's always on the news talking with his microphone. I mean, everybody knows, but everybody knows this guy. He's always at like events, fundraisers, events and fundraisers. Yeah. Now this shit getting out, oh boy. I think maybe he did that to maybe Tiffany Lanyard. He backs her up or something. I do not know because she's a young black lady.
Crazy.
Yep. What do you know?
Gotcha. I'm looking.
Go on. It's just like today's day and age. It seems like there's just way too many corrupt shit. It's out of hand.
No, today's day and age is the reason we're finding out about all the corrupt shit.
That's been going on without us knowing about it because we really never paid attention to it.
If anything, there's less corruption now.
Oh yeah, I think it's getting tighter.
Shit scared the shit out of you.
The news is getting tighter on that.
Like everybody on this panel is old enough to know how bad it was way back in the day. Then, if this is what it's at, we're only finding out about a fraction of it now, and it's probably not as bad as it was. So you can imagine what it was like in the 80s.
Yeah,
but dude, in the 80s, I
was too busy doing the government's coke, man.
Yeah, but
what do you mean? Ollie was good to us. I got the shit beat out of me in the 80s by 5 cops, and not a damn thing was done, and 30 people complained.
Yeah, but I see that nowadays. So I think the question for me is it that there's less corruption or that they've learned how to hide it better?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, we don't know.
Oh, there's probably less.
There's probably more.
Yeah, because there were no cameras anywhere, bro. These guys, like the police in the 80s in New York,
The cameras
full-
everywhere. I love seeing the Karens. Seen one the other day, and all I
You
would do
can
change
tell
my-
them.
all I would do was put my battery in my GoPro, and you can't film. And I'm like, ma'am, you're on 5 cameras right now. No, I'm not. And then I pointed out the cameras and pointed across the parking lot to the bank and said, they probably got 10 looking outside. And there's probably 3 or 4 in the light poles that that we can't even see. What do you mean you're not on camera? The look on her face as she is looking around at all the things that she didn't realize what those little domes on the ceiling were.
Well,
I got some life advice for you guys.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't. But I've considered it.
Who is it?
Don't be like that guy.
That's Good Citizen.
Don't be like the guy bitching and complaining, Ken.
Wow.
Married to Karen.
I mean, come on, look at the society that we're in where somebody doesn't even want their license scanned for cigarettes.
I don't.
Like, why? Why don't you want your license scanned for cigarettes?
Because I don't want the government tracking me on my purchases. It's none of their business what I buy. And for the longest time, I didn't even have a driver's license.
Do you have a car?
I mean, I do now. I have a license now and a car. But for the longest time, I just used public transportation to get everywhere. I didn't even have an ID.
Well, all right, but now you have a car. You have a driver's license. Is it? Who the hell is
Damn,
hitting
bro.
the drill?
Somebody's getting her too.
That is redneck AF.
Right?
You're drilling on a live stream randomly.
All right, guys, listen to this. Listen to this. So my channel got terminated for no fucking reason. I don't post videos and I don't go live. So, anyways, it got terminated. Anyways, I was able to ask for a file request. So they gave me everything that I did on Google on a file. I had to wait a couple of days for it to get it prepared. I got this file back. I went through everything, dude. They've got everything on me, man. Like, for instance, I did a service call on a lady's dishwasher, and she had floor damage, and she was trying to blame me for it. Google fucking had my pictures on there. And they had so much information. They knew when I was in
They
Arizona.
go to the cloud. Because your pictures automatically go to the cloud when you take them. Or they're sent to you. They're automatically clouded. So, yes, of course they got them.
They knew exactly where I was, what hotel I stayed at, where I used my credit card. They knew everything.
Well, and that's my point. So if you've got a car and it's registered, you have a license plate on that car, they know where you're at.
Yeah.
Like that there's so many, even the regular
Oh,
cameras
they know.
Even the expressways here.
License plate reader and
Those
stuff.
pay tolls.
Well, they know.
You got that thing in your car?
They know where my car is at.
Things they know your license plate.
My car is on my property.
You know why they've gone. You know why they've gone to the scanner for purchasing cigarettes. That's a real good one for our schools. That somebody can't even do simple math and go, if you're born before this date, you can buy cigarettes.
Right.
They can't even look on the license and see the date of birth on the license. That's why they want to scan it. Plus, it provides them tracking info on who purchased what. But it's on our schools for people not being able to go, okay, yeah, you're born before 56 or you're born before 75. Here you go.
Also, be aware when they ask you for your phone number, it takes off on the price of your cigarette a couple of cents or whatever. Don't do that. Because they take your phone number and they sell it to a phone bank, and people call this phone bank to get these numbers. And next thing you know, you got all these fucking dialing people your phone number. You know, all these scam calls and shit.
Have you seen the latest scam that's reappeared? If you get somebody saying that you can get free Bitcoin or crypto, don't hit that link because it's actually says Bob. I think it was AL run /crypto for free. That puts a crypto miner into your computer, and without you knowing, when you're not, it dedicates a certain amount of your hard drive space to mining crypto for those people. My buddy just had to go into my other friend who's the computer genius and have his computer basically wiped and reinstalled.
I needed
that's what
all
I'm
that
doing
free
right now.
crypto though, so that way I could pay for all that duct cleaning service.
Yeah, now you're making some. Now your computer, if you hit those links, your computer is now mining for somebody else to make crypto and Bitcoin.
Okay, I just ran into this situation. This is why I'm rebooting this computer here. It would not let me open my document file, or it wouldn't let me open up nothing. It'd be like I was going right click down to settings. That page would pop up. I could go online, but it wouldn't let me go into anything. So there's a computer that I use for. It's just one of those disposable computers I've got. It's a very old one, but I use it for watching YouTubes all night and just staying on that one and not doing any password shit and banking. It's just one of those computers that if I need to download a bunch of plugins and I know they've got viruses to it, no big deal. I can always reboot the thing. But yeah, there's a reason why I'm rebooting it now, because of the situation I'm running into here.
Gotcha.
Fucking A, man.
I feel you. It sucks, man. Like, just dealing with computers, period, sucks. Don't want to touch no links. Don't want to do nothing no more.
What's even worse is these cell phones. Everybody thinks, the cell phone's the same as a computer. It's not.
Well, and that's where I
doesn't have nowhere the processing ability of even the cheapest Walmart laptop.
Well, and that's where I was going to go with the whole tracking thing as well, is if you're not driving in a car and you're traveling, do you have a cell phone on you? Because even if you turn off the location, it's still tracking you.
Yep. Yeah. You literally have to, for a cell phone not to track you, even in airplane mode, it tracks. You literally have to put it in a box that blocks the signal from getting out, because it's there's a big thing on. I've watched 3 videos on it, that only affirmed what I knew. It sends micro signals to every tower, even though you've told it to have no communication. It still sends that little tiny half a second blurb to a cell phone tower.
Right.
Windows will read it.
Turn off the fucking microphone. All right.
All right.
What the hell was that all about?
That's the damn
MacGyver.
Yeah, it's my computer talking to me, so I turned the speaker off now. It won't get it back. Yeah, it won't let me get into the computer anymore unless I make a Microsoft account.
Oh, you already have one.
Yeah, I'm trying to get past it. I don't want this.
All right, gentlemen. Well, we've been going for quite some time. Good Citizen needs to go and take a little drive. Dennison, thank you for coming up. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, brother. It's been a long time. We're going to pretty much shut it down. We've been going for about 2 hours. And like I said, everybody's got plans. It's about dinner time. We're going to let you all go. We hope you all enjoyed the show.
Thanks for coming up, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, MacGyver. Appreciate
you guys
watching
back. All right, bye now.
All right, guys. We're gonna head it out. Have a great night. We'll see you guys soon.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an old soul. The rich men know the rich men, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Yeah, give me freedom or give me death. To that we pledge allegiances. We the people had enough. It's time we aired our grievances against these treasonous demons. So raise the alarm, cause the pigs are fully taken over on this animal farm. Don't know anymore. This world's gotten too cold to ignore. Shit, is it 2023 or 1984? Thought police up at my door to open fire on me, but I'd rather die on my feet than survive on my knees. And please, we know how they looking at us from up at the top. The tougher they made it for us, the fucking tougher we got. They thought they'd keep us scared forever, but fuck it, we not. We'll send them back to north of Richmond in some cuffs or a box.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, People like you wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new